Steven is the man with the hat and the metal detector.
Well, today I'm hopefully going to come to my final conclusion with my last test. XP Deus versus XP ORX. XP as a brand undeniably has done phenomenally well in the last 10 years and has grown as a worldwide brand. I'm proud to be the owner of an XP. But which one at the end of all these tests is going to be suitable for me going forward? And which one would I recommend for you to buy under certain situations and circumstances? Hopefully we'll find out right after this.
Richtons.com sponsoring the man with the hat.
Now, if you remember, I'm still experimenting and learning about the ORX. At the moment, I think the Deus 13-inch, well, the Deus is marginally ahead of the ORX. I'm not sure if that's because it's my old favourite and it's delivered me some really good stuff and I know it inside out, or if it really is just that little bit better than the ORX. However, today's a bit different. I'm going to be pairing up the white high frequency coil from the ORX to the Deus remote, because as far as I'm concerned, the only difference between the Deus and the ORX are the remote boxes. One is a Deus remote, one's the ORX remote, and the ORX coils will go on to the Deus remote. So it makes it then part of the Deus with a high frequency coil. So with the ORX and the Deus, to be honest, I'm not sure there's any difference whatsoever. And if there is, then maybe at the moment the Deus is still marginally ahead. But that might change today. Once I get that white coil head paired into the Deus remote and start searching with that, then we're going to see if anything else will come off here, because we've been struggling to find anything else. This is going to be the ultimate test. I've done all the other tests, you can see the videos on that. This for me is the ultimate test. Meanwhile, I've been trying to reach Paul, because Paul is on the other side of the country on our Yorkshire permissions. Anyway, oh, I think that's Paul. Hang on this.
Right, I'm on my way up to the Roman settlement. Mr. Hat is a busy man. Probably found the best evidence we've ever found for Roman activity, and where there will be some really good treasures to find. I can't wait for Mr. Hat, so I'm having to go myself. So I found a new hat, and this new hat's called Emma Hat.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, so I'm starting off with frequency on 54 kilohertz, and I've already hit a target. No idea what that is. I thought it was a penknife at first, but it's not. It was quite deep. It was at least 11 inches, and I think it was that way, end on. So I'm quite happy with that. Still got a lot more testing to do yet, so let's go. The ground can be very quiet here. Occasionally you'll get the odd deep iron tone, but it's just listening for those high tones, even if they're whispers. Right, well, I'll keep on searching and I'll come back to you when I've got something to show you. I'll try and start with a small hole, little square plug, just in case it's not that deep. It was quite a loud signal, so I'm hopeful that I can get it out in the first little bit of soil at the tiny hole. Now, let's see if I can find it. Oh, that sounds terrible, but it's got a 70 number in it as well. I haven't shown you the other one, but that's my second one. The last one was a real big one. Well, one thing I've discovered about the high frequency, it's really good for finding horseshoes. This one's huge. Oh well, a little lead bullet. That was quite deep, probably about 9 inches, but it found it very easy. At last, a Roman coin, but it's a bit knackered. But it's still a Roman coin, and I'm happy with that. But it's been a long while since I found anything at all that's decent, and I was just wondering what was going on, and suddenly that delicate little buckle came up. How delightful.
What you got, Emma? What's it say? 66.
Well, I've been on here for a couple of hours now, and would you believe I've dug 8 horseshoes, and I know for a fact there would have been 3 more. I just left them. So I still haven't got a firm opinion yet about the ORX. I think I still prefer the Deus. My favourite coil, the Deus 13 elliptical 13 by 11. I use that for stubble, the 9-inch. That's the high frequency, and when it's working with the ORX, it only gives you 3 tones. That is the new X35, which will work. I mean, all these will work with the Deus, and those two with the ORX. Oh, by the way, if you are going to put any of these coils, new coils, on the Deus, you've got to have version 5.2 installed, otherwise they won't work. So I think what I'm probably going to do now is I'm going to go onto the XP35. I'm going to set it on Deus Fast, full tones, and save that as a program. So I'm going to be using that one, and let's see what comes up. So I've had a couple of hours with that one, and now I'm going to have a short while with that one. Showing 68. Now that's what I like. These full tones give a much better clarity of target, and my target recognition is pretty good on full tones. So I dig that. It may be rubbish, but I still dig it. Oh yes indeed, this is what I came here for. That's either an Iron Age or a very early 1st century Roman Le 10 style brooch. Lovely. Second signal after 2 hours with the high frequency white coil on the ORX control box. Nothing but 8 horseshoes and a Roman coin. But as soon as I changed to the Deus 35, that's the X35 frequency coil, and attached it to the Deus remote box on full tones, that means I'm only digging good signals rather than don't dig and don't dig. So I am getting very close now to making a decision whether it's Deus versus ORX, and which one I think is the best and why. Let's get hunting and see if I can get some more evidence. Super. Well look, there's 2 nice surprises. Happy with that. There's a tiny weeny little buckle, which was obviously once garnished with some little stones or something around the outside, possibly anyway. And that lead trading weight. Looks like a coin, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a thick piece of lead, and they were used for trading. I'm just walking back to the car, so I'll give my summary there and explain why I think I like what I like. So you can hear that one, it's got a bit of a high squeak in there, but it's also got a lot of broken tone in there. It's like really a deep fractured tone. That's iron. That's trying to confuse you. Oh, what a horrible sound. And then there's this. My conclusion is this. I've always loved the 13 by 11 Deus elliptical coil and the small 9-inch for the stubble. I like that, I'm used to it, I love the full tones. You all know that, you've seen my videos. The ORX. The ORX immediately, as you noticed on some of my other videos, had a limitation of 3 tones. That really threw me. I mean, today, using that, I dug up 8, and it could have been 11 horseshoes. I wouldn't have done that with the XP Deus on full tones. Limitation of 3 tones to me is like starting over again. I'm digging up all the bad junk while I'm trying to get used to it. However, later today, when I put these coils and matched them onto the Deus remote, because you can do it on the ORX or the Deus remote, and then used them with the Deus instead of the ORX remote, it changed the game. I have now found something here, a new couple of heads to go into my Deus kit. ORX is okay, it's not for me, I think. However, I've not yet tested it on beach, and I'm not a beach detectorist, so that doesn't really bother me. It may perform much better. In fact, the Deus performs terribly on beach. That may just wipe the floor with it, but I wouldn't really know because I'm not a beach detectorist. I don't really like beach detecting, so that feature is no use to me. But, you know, if you're a new detectorist and you want to get a recognised brand, XP, and you want to have an affordable starter to intermediate kit, I would say go XP ORX with the high frequency coil. It will limit you to 3 tones only, but unlike me, you won't be changing from full tone, something you love and got used to. You'll be starting afresh, and that will be much better for you. Personally, I'm going to stick with the XP Deus and use all 4 coil heads on that remote. Right, let's get down to the coin ring giveaway, and the first name out on this video is Cromwell, but he didn't enter. Thank you for your support though, mate. I know you do support me a lot. Let's pick another one, and it's Lynn. Well done, Lynn. Please contact me using one of the methods in the video description and I'll post it to you. And thanks for your support. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it. I've got some more treats to come. I've also been out with Gary and we're going out again this weekend as well. But the videos are about 2 or 3 weeks behind. So you'll probably know from my social media, Facebook, etc. what we've found. And some amazing stuff has been dug up by Gary mainly. But I've had a few good bits too. So thank you for your support. And if you want to come along and join me and Gary and hopefully Paul if he can make it too on my best permissions on the East Coast, I'll even put you up. You can have the night with me and have a digging for the weekend. We can have a pint, we can have a meal, have a chat about detecting or whatever else you like. And don't forget, all you have to do is share. And if you don't know what I mean by that, see my last video. I'll put a link in the top right so you can see exactly what you can do to win that weekend with me. But don't forget, this is also a coin ring video giveaway, so enter with that hashtag coin ring giveaway. And don't be a stranger. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do.
Steven is the man with the hashtag metal detector.